Right, hey everyone, new video. Turbine is mounted. It's been taken back out. That fitting welded to it, as you can see, so that hose can flow around there properly. Today we're going to get these hoses fitted. 2-inch hose, 4 of them. It's quite tight. We got to heat them, bend them, and yeah. But yeah, it's gonna get done. So let's get to it. So I was hoping to use this braided hose. It's quite cheap, but it kinks a lot. So I've ended up going with this 2-inch green heavy duty stuff, but it's quite stiff to get around the bends and stuff. So I found that getting some hot water in the pipe helps it go around those corners easier, and then it will hold that shape after it's gone cool again. So got a little portable gas cooker here, a bit of stream water, an old pot, and heat some water up. I got those there roughly cut to length. We'll fill them up with warm or hot water. They'll come all supple and we can work with them easier, bend them around the corners, then let them cool down. Okay, let's get to it. We'll let that heat up, fit our first pipe. Right, let's get a little rubber bung one end. It's just to hold the water in for a bit. Okay. See how this water's getting on. Getting pretty hot. Let's pour the water in and let that water heat up a bit. Let the pipe heat up a bit, then we'll bend it around the corners once it's nice and warm. So let's give it a go. Can you see that? Yeah. Like that, sticking up there like that. Turn that off. We don't need it boiling hot, just hot. I don't want to burn myself, so I'll try and get hanging in free air maybe. That should have cooled down quite a bit. Now I've had a bit of experience of doing this now, and it doesn't want to get too hot because it'll kink then. You just want to get it nice and warm with this nice hot water. It'll become just much more supple. Like I say, we don't want it boiling hot because then it'll kink. It's already loosening up a bit. Mix that water around evenly. I'm going to have to work quite quick once I empty the water out of it. I have to work quite quickly. It's getting nice and warm now. I can feel it becoming nice and flexible, so I think I'm going to let the water out. And then I'm going to have to quickly install it, so let's leave that there for a second. Quickly move you back a little bit. Face that down. Let's see if we can get that on camera. Right, it's nice and supple. Let's take it out. The whole thing's lovely and warm. Pull that end cap out like that. Now, figure out which way around we're going to put it in. Have it going that way like that. So that piece wants to come around here and it's there. Oh, it's so much easier to work with when it's like that. That goes on there. It comes around that corner, under that one, and on to there. Getting it on these isn't that easy though. That's actually really hard. Even once they're warmed up. That's actually enough on there anyway. I might try and get it just a little bit further. Ah, it's hurting my tendonitis in my elbow there. That's going to be watertight anyway. Right, while that's boiling, to the next hose I might as well. I've got the next hose roughly cut to size and stuff, so I might as well have put some of these on. Because although it might end up coming off again yet, hopefully it doesn't, we still want to be in a position where we can test them or whatever. Check for leaks. So get these on here. I might get some bigger, more substantial clips at some point. They're not going to come off this end because they're barbed, but I couldn't do barbs on this end just because of my welding ability and so on. So those might want some more substantial clamps maybe, especially with this tough hose. I think that's going to be good. Right, let's try and do a different angle here. The stopper in the end. I've already put a few bends in this. I heated this up quite a bit because it had to go around quite a corner, this one. So I've put a couple of bends which resulted in the tiniest little kink, but it's not bad at all. And although this is ridged on the outside of this pipe, the inside is actually smooth. It should be fairly efficient. Right, let's pour this hot water in. Try not to scald ourselves. It's not boiling water. But we do our best not to get it on us. Hold it down here maybe. Don't want to pour it on that other pipe actually. Right. Ow. Put it on your hand anyway. It's alright doing that. Right. Let's slosh about a bit. Warm up. You can feel it get really supple as it heats up. You can just feel it, the difference, and it stops resisting you so much. If I was to put this in cold and sort of just force it around the corners, it would apply a lot of pressure to those valves, and it just wouldn't be good. Doing it this way really helps it go around those corners, and just, you know, it will then cool down and hold that shape a lot better. You know, it's in the shape that it is with a slight curve to it because it's been wrapped in a tube. It does have a memory of that shape, and it will hold a new shape if you force it into it for long enough. But giving it a bit of heat just helps it do that, you know. So just let this get a bit hotter. Let's try and get it all the way to that end there. That's where we want to try and get it on the spur, the whatever it's called, hose barb. Ow, not that hot. Okay, I think it's quite supple. Look, as you can see, you wouldn't do that with it like that, bend it like that at that radius with so little force with this culprit being cold, you know. Right, pour that out. Take the bung out the end. Fit it fairly quickly before it cools down. So it goes around there like that. Goes in here. As far as I can get them on. They are so tight. Right, and then that goes in to that one there. Right, this one's just a short little one. Go straight in there like that. So just get it heated up, just pour the water in it now. Okay, got hot water in it. You can't really see, but it's in there. Let that get hot and supple and try and get it on there. It's annoying I can't get these all the way on. I can only get them on about 2.5 of the prongs because they're just really tight. I mean, they're going to be waterproof. It just doesn't quite look right, but if I know for sure that it's all working, no leaks, I don't have to take it off, I could somehow get a heat gun down here or something like that, and just get those ends really hot and try and splay them out a bit so they go a bit further on. yeah, we'll just we'll get it so we know that all the hoses are right and everything first, and then, you know, we can squeeze them on if we need to later. Okay, this is getting suppled up a little bit, just needs a bit more time. We'll come back once it's ready. Right, okay, let's get this poured out. Use that water to wash some of that sawdust away, and then quickly install it. So one end goes on there. Because it's a short length, it's going to want to try and cool down fairly quickly. I need to actually get where you are. Sorry about this, I have to move you up. Okay, and that one is now in. So that one is the one that stays on basically all the time. So although it's the smallest one and could actually have the longest length of hose with the least losses, it's also on all the time, so it makes sense for it to be the most efficient one. And all these little things aren't that important anyway because the hose is so big, but yeah, really it's like that because that's where it fits the best, not for many other reasons if I'm honest. But it's going well, really pleased. Just one more to do, so I've run out of Jubilee clips. I'll just go and get some from the shed. We'll get the next one in. Right, last one. Water's hot. Take the lid off. Okay, let's get it poured in. Sorry, it's a bit repetitive, it's just a repetitive process. But I just thought I'd show, I know that people are eager to see this up and running, but I am keen to show, you know, how much work goes into it and the process, and it does take a long time, and there is a lot of messing around trying to get things to fit because you're working within a challenging environment. You know, it's very wet, and it's just a difficult thing to do actually, hydro, and that's why it's very expensive to get a system installed, unless you do it yourself like me. But yeah, I'm keen to show the whole process, and this is the process, and I'm trying to get it across as best as I can without it being too boring, but I want to show, you know, the whole thing, so that's why I'm showing all of this. And there's quite a few videos just to get this thing hooked up, because there is a lot to it, a lot of different stages to get to this point, and that's not even taking into account all the research and reading and planning and everything that goes into it, which is hard to put into a video. So this is getting softer now. I feel like it's best, it's sort of most flexible but not caving in on itself when it starts to get slightly uncomfortable to hold on the outsides. There's boiling water in there, so yeah, it will get uncomfortable to hold at some point, which is getting there now. It just feels hot now, but not uncomfortable. But as that heat moves through the rubber, it becomes more and more supple. Right, I'll leave it a bit. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but there's like a buzzard flying over, making some cool noises. Sounds like a dinosaur. Do you hear it? There it goes again, yeah. Right, this is getting uncomfortable to hold, so let's get it fitted. Let's pour this out. Use the water to wash something off. There we go. Pull that bung out. Get in here. Which end's the hottest? That end's hotter. Just stick that on there. And that in there. Done. All 4 hoses connected. That's the battery I'm using just to trigger those valves. So I put my Jubilee clips on, and then guess what we can do? We can actually see if there's any leaks, and maybe free spin it. It's not hooked up electrically, but we could free spin it. Alright, put some water in this. I've got the bottom pipe, the spare hose barb that we rode on the bottom for the other turbine. That's capped off. These are both closed, I think. I've taken the motor off of the spear valve to close that. Yeah, put some water in it. very slowly indeed. And we're gonna have to let air out at some point. But at the moment the air is going to be compressing. I suppose I could open this. Yeah, air's coming out. Can you hear that? Ready? I'm hearing water. Water's leaking out of the bottom one, out of the plugged one. I'm gonna have to sort that. Right, let's try this again. So we'll just let the air out with the manual one here as it fills up a bit. Don't know if you can see the pressure gauge there. Can you see it? No, I'll just adjust you so you can. How's that? There we go. Let's get some water in. Oh, getting some pressure. I can hear leaks. Well, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, there's a leak, a drip there. Okay, one drip so far on that hose barb. Oh, got a leak here. Okay, that's not too hard to fix. For some reason the pressure gauge is reading higher. That's bizarre. Not sure why that is. So this is leaking. Right, but we have minimal leaks actually. Very pleased. Should we turn this smallest nozzle on and see if we get some spinning? Very slowly. Here we go. Let's keep these out of the way. Here it comes. Just get it going slowly. It's working a treat. Well, it's working nice. I can hear air coming out still. Yeah, that's working. So that should be producing about 60-70 watts on that small nozzle. Nice. We try another one. Let's try the spear. Ah, I can see leaks coming out the spear valve, that's no good. Now we're making some serious progress. That'd be about 150 watts, something like that. Wow. It's working well. Working very well indeed. Okay. A few little drips here and there we need to sort out, but nothing drastic. Brilliant. Okay. Let's try one of these. Just open it with a battery here. Minus. Stick that in there like that. Okay, ready? Sweet. Not sure what nozzle that is, I can't remember. Don't know if that's the 1.75 or 2.5. It's moving a lot of air in here, making a lot of power, that is. See if it'll close, shall we? Ready? We'll remove the power from the battery and see if it can close it. There it goes. All works, brilliant. Check the other spear valve here. Load of air in it. Excellent, it's working an absolute treat. So this one, I can see straight away that this nozzle is just too small. It's the amount of water that this nozzle is giving out, the smallest manual one, is not far off the amount that it takes just to overcome all the friction and everything and all the inefficiencies in the system. So that's going to need to be a little bit bigger. Our lowest flow can't be that low, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to make that probably a litre per second. It's about 0.6 or something at the moment, but that needs to go to about a litre, because I can hear it's just not moving it quick enough. So that is going to need to be changed. I miscalculated that, but that's not a big deal to change, because I can just lift this up, like overturn it a little bit and change it from underneath. But yeah, as you'll see, it doesn't really spin like the other ones does. It can't actually overcome the friction, let alone produce much power. Okay, hey everyone, so we're going to end this video here. I've done a little bit of testing. I can confirm that it's working as it's supposed to. A few little things you need to iron out. Mostly those can be fixed back at the charge controller, and there's just a couple of little things, but yeah, it is going to work. I haven't had it running all up to full power and things. We just don't have the water in the stream at the moment, so we're going to have to wait for that. But it is working, and it's going to work. A few questions that I've had asked, how much power is it going to produce? The answer to that is anywhere from about 100 up to about 1000 watts, depending on what nozzles and how much water I have in the stream and so on. Probably most of the time it will be running at about 400 or 500, something like that. Obviously depending on usage, and that's what the little controller, we can change the nozzles, turn nozzles on and off. So if I'm out in my workshop doing a load of table sawing or something, I can turn it right up. If I'm not, then I can turn it right down, just have it on 1 or 2 nozzles. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. The hoses look great, very pleased. So we're just clean up some tools here and probably we'll do some wiring. We'll do a video of wiring it up, and then we'll probably put the project to bed for a bit until we get some proper rain and stuff. And then once it's in the winter and the leaves drop off the trees, that's about the time I start getting sufficient water for it all. We'll get it on and we'll do some testing. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.